What is going on YouTube? So it's been a while. I'm sorry. It's summer right now and I'm very busy with work, with family plans, with vacations. But also I've kind of taken a little bit of a pause from stacking a lot of bullion. And it's more or less because I've been really just watching the price of silver right now fluctuate up and down, up and down. No one really knows where it's going to go. We're still waiting to hear on what is going on with rate cuts, and it's starting to look good for us as far as rate cuts go and the price of what these metals will be valued at. And maybe I shouldn't be worried about this because this is a really long-term thing for me, but I'm really cautious as to losing a bunch of money and losing it too quickly. So right now I get it. This is a hedge for me. This is all just kind of money stocked away. I'd like to look at this as a savings. And I actually just heard some really good advice the other day from a gold stacker. And his goal is to maintain whatever he has in liquid cash in his savings account is also what he saves as metals. So, for example, if you have $1,000 in the bank, sitting in the bank right now in a savings account that you don't touch, it's just there for emergencies, well then he also has $1,000 of silver and or gold. In this instance, he had gold. However, I'm kind of treating it the same way with my silver. So I'm kind of keeping track now as well how much money I'm putting away in fiat currency to save only in case of emergencies. And then very similar, I'm doing the same thing with my silver and gold stacking. As of right now, I'm looking to get more gold and have more gold and add that gold to the stack. However, it's just not very feasible for me with my premiums and what I'm trying to spend. Right now, I'm really just keeping everything at that $199 or slightly over to get that free shipping. That's really what it's all about for me currently, looking at the price of silver and whether or not I can get free shipping on my order getting sent out to me, because that makes the most sense. I don't want to pay any extra money towards the shipping, especially because I don't want to lose anything. Another thing, however, is I'm going to be getting ready to do a silver giveaway. I know that the content of this account has been lacking quite a bit. However, I want to help incentivize, that's the word I'm looking for, to get other people into stacking, and also to support the people who are watching this channel and commenting and liking and actually getting the views on the channel that the channel is getting. I'll come out with a bunch of different videos. It's not going to be anything huge. I'm actually going to try to do 3 different giveaways. It's all going to be with silver buffaloes, but it's not money you're going to have to pay for it. I will pay for the shipping to send it out to you guys. It will get sent out in a box similar size to this, but with some packing inside of it so it doesn't move around. It will come in a sleeve. Nothing will be in a capsule or anything like that. But just to incentivize more people to watch the channel, follow the channel, follow my journey on what I'm learning. I really haven't gotten a lot of comments down below about what people want from the channel, and soon you're going to see a lot of stuff from recycling metals into things like these copper bars. Now right now there's a whole nother project going on personally, which isn't really on footage, of plans to build a temporary shed, because right now everything is kind of happening in my basement and there's not a ton of room because all the stuff is stocking up around me and piling up. As far as tools go, as far as materials go, as far as ripping stuff apart and waste goes, it needs to get dumped off to a scrapyard. Stuff is just building up. Not that you guys really want to follow everything going on with that, so I'm just going to jump right into what the video today is about. Today we're doing another unboxing, and it's nothing huge. again, every time I open these boxes is very exciting for me. This box was kind of already opened, again, because I wanted to check for any personal information that would have just been there in the box. I had a couple times where my packing slip is right on the top of everything that they sent. And we'll start with the smaller bag here, which I already know what's going to be inside. Obviously, I know everything that's inside this box. And this one is fairly simple. It's just I'll just ruin it for you guys. All this is another airtight capsule. I'm not even actually going to open it right now because I don't want to waste your time with it. You'll probably understand why I got that airtight capsule when you see the actual silver that I had gotten. Nothing in this is really considered a valued amount being kept in a capsule, but I just want to keep it from getting scratched up and ruined. And it has to do with one of these other coins that are sitting here on the table in front of us. So, straight into it. Some real simple stuff. I've been actually looking to get more eagles, and I did do a video recently on getting my first silver eagle. It is a Type 2, and it is a 2024. Now, I got this with a spot deal. It was actually no premium. 0 premium, just paid spot price for the silver eagle. So my first silver eagle added to the stack. I like to capsule everything that's kind of a first coin for me, unless it's something like a round, because it just looks good, and I just want to remind myself not to get rid of the first one, because that's what kept me going and building up the tubes behind you. So these 2 tubes are in the back because there's nothing left to put in those tubes, and then these tubes are in the front because, well, they're still only partially filled. This only has currently 2 coins in it. But that brings me to my first point here, which is I had bought more silver maple leafs, and that is because I'm trying to build up my silver maple leaf stack here. And there was no premium deal on these ones, but I did wait for premium to drop down to 28, which is kind of lower than what it's been at recently. And I'm recording this right now on July 4th. So all of this stuff was gotten before we just had this quick spike up, and it was all kind of done intentionally, but that's besides the point. I was just kind of really watching the market, seeing what the market was doing, and trying to figure out when I wanted to spend money on it. The other coin that I had gotten, though, besides the 6 maples to add to that tube, making it 8, is another one of the Truth Series coins, which is actually what the capsule is for, because I really like to keep these encapsulated. I'd like to keep them looking nice, just like they already do. Very shiny, very reflective. You can see all those details behind that lion there. And again, this is a minted piece of silver by a government mint, so it does actually hold, value in a fiat currency. Not that anyone should or would use this as $2, but it is there if it was absolutely needed. You fled a country, you wanted to go off the map, something simple, stupid like that. And while we have you guys here, I'll just show you. I'm actually surprised too, because these are obviously 2023 maple leafs with the queen. Now, I don't know what is on here, because it shouldn't be milk spotted, because these have mint shield on them. It might be a little bit of milk spotting. It might have just been a bad press. I'll take a look at it after. But if you just look at how reflective that is, it is so nice and pristine. And right now we're working on filling a tube of maple leaves. I think after the maple leaves, I'm going to be working on a tube of silver eagles. But my problem is the silver eagles are just, the premiums are way too high. I, right now, because I'm getting started, am trying to build the stack and do it by weight, not by individual coins, where I'd love to have a bunch of silver eagles in my stack, because I am American, and I'd prefer using American to trade. If it was ever a barter situation, if I was ever exchanging it, you do get more premium back. However, it's just not reasonable to build most of my stack on it right now, because I'm just starting out. And there's not a ton of reasons to put myself under that added cost where I can get 6 maples. I could probably only get 4 eagles. And so I'd rather build up those other 2 ounces, have those other 2 ounces added to the stack, and go from there. Guys, I really want to explain to you guys that this is protection for me. That's what all of this on the table is for. I don't believe that we'll ever get into an issue where we have to barter it. I know that we can barter it already, especially for people who already know the value that it holds and what it's worth on the table here. But honestly, I hope we never even get to the point where that is what we have to do and our fiat currency is really worthless. However, this is a protection for me and my family to hold on to some of the wealth. Short clip, I grew up with not a lot of money. Being a younger adult, I've done relatively well for myself. So all of this here is to kind of protect that for my children so that they have something to grow off of and something to learn. And a lot of these coins too, even the stuff in the capsules, my oldest son is only 2 years old right now. So I give him some of these things just to play around with because I want him to get used to it. He likes it because it's shiny. But I also want him to understand that this is real money. This is not going to instantly fall off the face of the earth and be worthless, just like a regular dollar would. Even if it wasn't in these coins and someone had melted it down into a bar that didn't have a mint name on it, but it was still fine silver, it is worth more than our cash ever will. Honestly, is the way that I look at it. Not everyone shares the same opinion, and that's why I still hold on to the fiat currency, because there are times that you may need the fiat, and this stuff isn't going to cut it. You know, if we went into inflation, you're not going to be able to go to, maybe your insurance company would take it, but your bank's not going to take it, likely. You can exchange it out, but even the exchange rates wouldn't be the same. And that begs to differ a lot of my skeptical thoughts is every time we go into this mass drop of fiat currency, the same places that would be exchanging it back into cash will never really give you its full worth because they want to make money on it too, and they don't want to get stuck holding the bag. So it begs to differ a lot of questions when you start stacking this kind of stuff. But for now, it serves a large purpose of hedging whatever else you have. Another good reasoning is one of the guys that I had been listening to stated that most financial investors will recommend that you have 3 to 5% of your portfolio in precious metals as a hedge. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, is that really enough to get by? Now, I know a lot of you guys who already watch the channel and watch a lot of this kind of stuff on YouTube already kind of have your own opinions. Go ahead and share them down below. I, again, am just starting, and I'm not scared to tell you guys that I'm just starting and learning, but I'm trying to get the most amount of knowledge from 1, the community, and 2, for myself, and 3, to share for those who are not as experienced. If you're kind of new into this kind of stuff as well, please comment down below. I'd like to get together and figure out who's kind of new to the channel, if they're seeking this out for the first time, why they're seeking it out for the first time, and if so, I'd like to probably do something for them as well. Maybe even do a separate video kind of explaining my process and how have I felt doing a lot of this stuff and why I've gone through the companies that I have and why I have decided to stack the kind of silver that I have based off of my premiums and the math that I'm doing behind the scenes. But all this info is really good, and it's not anything to hide or not to share. So guys, just thank you very much for watching the video. I'm sorry if this is longer than you had originally expected when you clicked onto the video. But guys, I really appreciate all of your comments, all of your likes, all of your shares, all of your subscriptions. They really do mean a lot to this account. I'm putting myself kind of out into the open. This is my one and only YouTube channel. This is the only thing that I'm kind of progressing with for you guys and the information that I'm giving. There will be some melt videos of some aluminum coming up soon, and some copper coated aluminum that is going to be turned into bars similar than what you see on the table here. And that has a whole separate thing. If you guys don't like that kind of stuff, Also, please comment down below. I might separate it into 2 channels if a lot of the subscribers that are here really just want to see this kind of shiny stuff on the table and don't really care to see a furnace running and melting and pouring and all the scrapping down and cutting down motors. Please just let me know. I might just separate it into 2 channels just to make sure that everyone is happy and kept content so that we can keep building the channel in the direction that you guys see best fit. Thank you guys again for your night. Thank you for your time. And I advise you to stack.